Hello and good morning. So we're back in the workshop. I figured this week we'd give you a bit of an update on things that's been happening around here. There's been plenty going on. The observant of you may notice that there's something missing in behind me. I sold our big vertical Pern steam engine. We're trying to trim the fat around this place a little bit and get rid of some of the tools and some of the things that we're not, using or in desperate need of. So we went through a few withdrawal symptoms, a bit shaking, hot flushes. So we got rid of one engine and what I figured the best way to, tidy up the yard and get things going is to buy 3 more. So we're off to pick up some new toys today. We've picked up another Pern horizontal engine out of a private collection close to us. It's quite a nice setup he had there, really. It's a shame to split it all up, but they had an auction and we ended up picking up some bits for our needs. So the main one being this Pern engine, like I talk about, which will run our line shaft workshop one day. So we got to find a trailer and someone to tow it, and we got to go up to Gloucester now, and they reckon it's going to be ready, so we should swing up there and pick it up, and we'll have a look at what we bought. It's a good day when you're buying. Like to see him come in, don't like to see him go. So let's get on. Right, so we managed to find this. This was left unattended, so we're going to borrow that wherever it is, there somewhere. We're going to borrow that for the day. And then we got our the almighty Movano on the front of it. And we're going to go find French Dave and go up and see what it is we bought. Let's get on. The winch is going to go on, but the Pern will.
The winch and the black one will go.
I'll have to come back for another load. We just got our lunch. All on there still. Yeah, I got all the gear, no idea. There we go. She's safely delivered for the first load. Dump all the straps back in. I suppose I ain't gonna need many for the winch.
Well, you can't jump
for the
out
wench.
You want to jump out for the winch. Drop them straight off the jeeps.
Go on then, Will I am. Get on that and lift that out. Hey?
There's some muscles on your basic fit there.
You'll be able to pick that flywheel up, I know. How heavy do you reckon that actually is? Fucking
150, 200 kilos.
You would have to be fucking He-Man, wouldn't you, to pick that up out of there?
Possibly go now.
Yeah, you would have to bust one or two. Yeah. Wait. Strap on, strap off.
We're going to be under this way.
I'll get a bit posh and put me me little nons fucking slip. So do you reckon the winch is going to be heavier than that lot, or?
It's about the same as match.
Maybe we should get a better strap, or do you reckon that one suitably ropey? Load tested, he says. I think it's been a while since that one's been certified.
Certifiable.
It's gonna have a load test now, he says.
Yeah, sorry. But what do you want?
Another one by the looks of it. Can we get another one? Eh? Yeah? Go for that. Right. Alright, he's going to swing to me as soon as it's clear. That's it. It's a big old engine, that is. Look at the fork bend on it. That's more than 400 kilograms. So the plan is to dump one straight on this trailer and the other two just in storage for now. Push it up against that wall for now. It's like a spider web of fucking strap. I'm going to be a tend to be wanting to pull in. Going to want to be near the edge so that the flywheel can go on. Don't know if you're going to have to pack it up or anything. Well, that wood's got a nice bow to it now. The old oak. Yeah, you have a look down from behind.
Yeah. Good job as a strip. Yeah. There's quite a bit of weight in that, I reckon.
There is. That's heavier than
It looks.
it looks. I don't think that's going to work on there, really, is it? Unless you had the flywheel hanging off a fair ways, which you can do. But then you're going to be running into problems with your governor pulley. Yeah, perhaps it might not work on there then. I think the trailer's be plenty strong enough to hold it, yeah. But it's going to all be a bit max load 2 ton.
2 ton on, 1 ton on one side.
Yes. Yes, perhaps we
get another piece of oak on top.
Yeah, if you had another piece coming across,
yeah,
and then bolted that down through the. I know a man that supplied a lot of
right.
quality French oak. So I'm sure we could do that. But for now, let's get our push back in the shed and go get the other one.
Oh, yeah, well,
oh, someone's parked the fork truck in the way, haven't they?
Good driver.
Okay, bad driver, that is. Beautiful. Right, I got give the man a ring and see if he's still there for the other one. Yeah. All loaded up, ready for round 2.
Come on, get through.
Right, so as you can see, the engine, the Eagle, has landed. After the running about yesterday, we've managed to get the engine on the trailer that we're going to use temporarily just to store it and try it out. So the next thing we got to do today is we need to modify this trailer now to take this engine. Obviously these engines were designed to be lifted off the ground on a stand, which gives the flywheel the ability to spin freely without touching anything. So this was previously set up on a concrete foundation, which is all very nice and well, but we don't know where we're putting it yet, so we need to be a bit mobile with it. We're always limited for space around here. So it's going on this trolley. So what we need to do is I'll bring you in a bit closer to see where the flywheel's mounting. We come up with a bit of a game plan last night. Had a bit of a brainstorm, and we think we got a game plan, so we're gonna see about getting this engine mounted to this trailer so that we can run it and try it out really and see it run for the first time, because I've never seen this this crank move. So I'll bring you in and show you what it is we reckon we're gonna do. So this is the side the flywheel is gonna mount on. I'd like the engine in the middle of the trailer if possible, make it as stable as possible. So we got to get this flywheel on the end of this crank. Well, as you can see, it's going to be into the wood. of the trailer as it sits. Yeah, we could probably jack this engine right up high on the trailer, but it's going to be very top heavy, and I don't like the idea of that. So I think the game plan, or I know what the game plan is. What we're going to do is we're going to pull this wood bed off in one piece, and then we're going to directly mount some sleepers to the chassis rails of this old Lister trailer, get it all bolted down. We'll make a couple of flanges with a couple of fittings, and then we're going to have a go at running this engine on air today. Well, if we get time. So first things to do is going to be lift this engine off, get rid of this bed, and then basically start from scratch, make a new mounting system so that we can get this all loaded up. Right, first things first then, let's get this lifted off, get this bed off. Right, I do believe that's all the bolts, or nuts even. Let's lift up on it and see if it'll come off. Not quite going to be that easy then. Oh, she's gone. Right, I might grab it with a gantry with these nice lifting hooks. Right, so I put some stiffeners on, trying to keep it all together as we lift it off. I like to keep it in one piece if I can. Yeah, and like jam it in there as well.
Watch out, it's heavy that hook.
Jenga.
What is that?
Well, let's just abandon that there for a minute.
And is that an exhaust coming out the bottom of that cylinder, is it? Or?
Yeah, I do believe it is. Don't know why it's coming out of there. Right, so I've cut some nice bits of oak. We can go under it. So we get that bolted down first, and then see about fixing our engine to it. So let's get these old ones out. No. No. So we get these bolted down. We'll bolt the ends into these. Probably some big lag screws or something. Right. Right, so we've got the world's longest coach bolt. We've marked the wood. Somewhere around here, I reckon. Well, right, hopefully I got them in the right spot and it'll go back on in the right place this time.
We're half-inch out.
Stranger things have happened. Yeah, we swapped her around so the wheels don't interfere with the flywheel.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Good job you was thinking, because none of us are. Right. That's got to be right on the edge there somewhere. I think we could get this one at the front here. Smack bang in the middle of this one, and wherever that one lands. Oh look, he put the fucking
Beam the wrong side.
put the beam the wrong side. You fucking cocked that up then, haven't I? I measured it 3 or 4 times already and it still fucking went wrong.
Start drinking.
Yeah, yeah.
Might improve the performance.
I think that might have been where the first one should have went there. No, it doesn't matter. It's only going to play havoc with me OCD. I'll get another one and we'll put another one under the back there. It's meant to have 3. Just don't tell the 4,000 people watching.
Only 4,000?
Well, true enough, because you didn't quite get that right, did you? Because if that was in the centre, this would be hanging on the edge, so...
Well, I can clearly see I didn't get it right.
Well, just put a big screw through there for that one, don't worry about if I screwed it down.
No, the last one I ain't going to bother screwing down. But that was 85 centre to centre on the fucking... Oh no, it was 95. There you go, look, 100 mil out. Done the old fucking 100 mil tape job. See, that's cock on 80.
Learn to measure twice, cut once.
Cock on 85. What, do you ever take it from there instead of taking it from the end and then forget to deduct it? No. Everyone that's ever tried to get something right has done that. There we go. I shall cut another piece of oak. If we bring that back, it's going to be right in the middle of the...
You might as well take that one out, couldn't you? Because you have to take that one out, you might as well just take that one out.
And again for the second time. See how she looks now. Be permanent, but... Right, let's get that front moved up a little bit. Flywheel's going to have plenty of clearance. I think that'd be all right. It's not perfect, but we're not striving for perfection. I can get that tap under there. Well, that's loose anyway. Right, now we need to get that bolted down. So it's got a small casting at the front, and it's just got this wider one at the back. Just want to get it positioned. Somewhere like that, I think. So, if we can hold it straight and let it down, we're on to the winner. That's a bit crooked. Obviously this will have a proper frame made for it one day. But if I get it on this trolley, I can wheel it in and out of our shed and keep it half reasonable. Never know, I might take it to a rally one day. Right, so I reckon that's looking pretty good. So I'm happy with that, so we're just going to mark up the holes, lift it up, drill the holes, and then bolt her down for good. And then we'll worry about putting the flywheel back on. We've got the flywheel to go on, and the governor belt pulley, and I can make a flange up, and we can get some air, and we can try and run it. So that'll be exciting. Let me get these holes drilled. Right, that should be her. If I can get these cobwebs off. I think that's going to be perfectly safe on there. So next step then, start plumbing it up. I just got to figure out which way the key went in. Just get some brake clean and clean that out before we send that home. But this is it's a tapered key, just like all the other stuff we've been doing. So it's bigger one end, so you need to make sure you put your flywheel on the right way, so that the tapered key will pull up in there and stop the thing dropping off. I'm going to get these parts degreased, and then we'll put it back on. These engines all look like they've been well looked after. Nothing's been molested or bodged. Very rare that we find things that you can use straight away without having to do a load of work to. He says, I ain't tested it yet, but fingers crossed. Right, get that keyway all nice and clean. Same with the crank, the end of the crank here. You don't want any bits of crap or dirt or anything hanging up in there. Tapered fits need to be done right. I'm not going to bother bluing the key or anything because it was a come out of there, so should fit back on. Right. So what we want is the small side of the keyway on first. And that side over there looks like the smallest. So right, I started. Should be able to just work that on. Hopefully it stops before it hits the base. That's a nice fit on there. There we go. Right, she's on. And then you got your key, smaller this end, bigger this end, as that wedges in there. It basically all becomes one. But we got to put our governor pulley on the top here, so we need a governor pulley on the bottom here to take the belt. So that'll go on before we send the key home. Get that cleaned up. Make sure that's all. I do love it when a plan comes together. That's perfect. Right. Pulley. That's not good. It looks like the pulley's had a chunk taken out of it when it's been taken off. Right, never mind. Could have happened on the trailer. We'll weld that back up one day. It looks like then this pulley is actually set screwed on to the end of the crank, and it's just got a cutaway for the key. So we should be able to jam our key in and then fit this after. So crank key first, gib key goes in, and then what we want is a bit of a yammer. Actually, just like that. That's not going anywhere. So it's starting to look like an engine again. It's making steam engine noises. So like I say, this has just got a set screw down the end to lock it on. Like I said, it went round that way. It's all very nice, it all fits very proper. Right, just torque that up. Lovely jubbly. So I think we've got the belt for it, so we can lace the governors back up. So I hope you can see that, but this is a governor belt. This is basically, it does what it says on the tin, it governs the speed of the engine. So basically when you start off, you get out the governor speed, open up the throttle, full steam, and then it's governed by this belt and the fly balls as to how much steam's inletted, and keeps your engine running at a steady speed, which is needed for factory applications. You don't want your engine surging backwards and forwards all the time, so the governor balls was there to keep her at a single constant RPM. You notice this little I'm sure it's got a proper name, but it's like a bit of bobbin. If that's there so that if the belt snaps, the engine would be liable to go fully wide open and shake itself to pieces. So this is here so that if the belt snaps, that drops down as basically a safety, which then in turn drops the valve down and cuts your steam off. So that's my brief explanation of it. We can go into that more depth later on one day, but for now, that is what that belt's for, just to govern the speed of the engine. So there's a look at it. It's connected to the end of the crank. Belt runs up to the flyball governors, and as the balls fling out, it will reduce the amount of steam going into the engine and slow it down. Same way as the balls come in, the RPMs drop off. It'll open up the valve and add more steam to try and keep you at a constant RPM. So they look like they're working. So then down at the other end, This is your main inlet with your stop valve. It's got a bit bent. So we need to adapt a plate on here so that we can just drive it on compressed air for now, and we can have a go at turning it over. So we've also got some pipework for the drain cocks that we need to add on, and then we are ready for the big test. So let's get on with that. So what I'm going to do is just temporarily, I've made a flange up, just cut out on the plasma, and I'm going to weld a pipe nipple to it, and then we can plumb into that. It's obviously temporary, but that should work. Just to try it tonight, all the holes line up. So make a little gasket for there, weld this pipe nipple on, and we're ready for a test. Earth clamps normally essential. That should work for a test. Of course, when we come to it properly, we'll have a big threaded cloth on there. But just to test it for tonight, that should be adequate. Right, so we got that basically plumbed in now. Got the airline running to the back of the shed. Basically running back here, and we just got that plumbed into a big fitting on the tank. So that should provide some air. I got all the pipework fitted back on. That was all fitted just about nice between the chassis rails. So we should be ready for the test. Get some oil in the oilers. To pump a couple of pumps, and it'll be ready to run. Right, so we should be able to just open this valve and it should take off running. Get it over top there. It's all been oiled up. Greaser's turned. Right, so we built out some more air. It's absolute perfection, this engine. It's really, really nice. We don't need to do any work to this. This is ready to run. No knocks, bangs or anything. It's just, you know, perfect. So we should have some more air now. Let's have another quick run up. So it's not quite a governor speed. I've got that cracked down on the regulator, but that runs real nice and smooth. Seems to be quite happy on the trailer. Big wide belt pulley to go on it. You see there little lubricators on the big end, not the big end, sorry, the main bearings. They're both feeding oil. Perfection. This lubricator will have bearing oil in one side, cylinder oil in the other, and then that's metered by the, as you can see there, drip feeding the oil. You've got another cylinder lubricator here if we need it. And this end, this rod, this is where she would have been directly coupled to a pump. This was in a London sewage works, and it was directly coupled via that rod to an external pump. Most likely a Pern pump. Pern made a lot of pumps. There's our little elbow, holding up fine. And a trolley, a little bit of movement, but all running fine. So I'll whack it up to governor speed again, and you can see what sort of speed it will run at. Obviously we can't run at that speed for long before we use up all the air. So I'm extremely happy with that. What a machine. Want to get it belted up to something now. Right, let's shut her down. There we go. One portable power station. So there you go. From collection to running in the yard in a day. Obviously we're going to be doing a lot more with this engine at some stage. We want to get something belted up to it, and one day it will, you know, run our line shaft workshop. It's going to be a perfect candidate for that. We need to adapt some sort of steam takeoff from the Evelyn, so that we can run it on steam. So that's something we're going to have coming up. Plus we've got the other engine and the winch that we still need to get running. Although looking at it and seeing the state of this one, I think it's going to be a case of just provide them some steam and off they go. So yeah, there we go. Good weekend. At the time of filming this, we're probably going to be at Fairford. So if you don't see us for a week, that's why. We're going to be at Fairford. We'll be at that rally, having another weekend off. So with all that being said, I'll see you on the next one, guys. Cheers.